retail, warehouse, and field teams rely on devices that react the moment conditions change. Tasks such as compliance checks and automation require instant responses rather than scheduled check-ins. State policies in SOTI MobiControl enable real-time responsiveness by allowing devices to evaluate specific conditions locally and act the moment those conditions are met. This creates faster reactions, more consistent behavior, and smoother automation across large device fleets. In this video, you'll learn how state policies work, how they improve on-device decision-making, and how to use them to streamline time-sensitive workflows across your organization. To begin defining a state policy, navigate to the main menu and select Policies. Click State Policies, which lists all existing Android state policies configured in your environment. Make sure that you have the required permissions to read and write policies to configure state policies. To create a new policy, select Add State Policy. This opens the configuration screen where you will choose from 4 available policy types. Each type has its own criteria and configuration options. Imagine you're managing delivery tablets that should switch into a specific mode only when they arrive at a store location. That's where the Geofence type comes into the picture. To set this up, choose the Geofence state type. Name your state, add an optional description, and then select an existing Geofence or create a new one using the gear icon. Next, configure your entry and exit thresholds. For example, you may require the device to stay inside the Geofence for 5 minutes before the state activates. This prevents rapid switching caused by minor GPS fluctuations. Now picture a warehouse where handheld scanners must check in regularly. When a device hasn't connected to the server for an extended period, it may be powered off, misplaced, or taken off-site. In these cases, you can configure the out-of-contact state type. After naming the state, set the disconnection duration. For instance, you might trigger the state when a device hasn't checked in for 2 days. This helps you quickly identify devices that need attention. In a retail environment, you may want to ensure that a point-of-sale app is always running in the foreground on checkout devices. You can choose the script state type for situations where a custom action is defined for the device. Provide a name, then add your JavaScript. The script must return either true or false, and you can set how often it should run. In our example, a script may check whether the POS app is active. If the script returns false, the state triggers, allowing you to initiate troubleshooting or automation. Finally, consider a scenario where store devices should operate differently depending on whether they're connected to a trusted network. Select the custom state type. Using the expression builder, choose from on-device properties such as battery level, storage, signal strength, Wi-Fi SSID, charging status, and more. Combine conditions using AND or OR operators to fit your workflow. For example, you can create a state that activates when the device is not connected to a corporate SSID. Add multiple networks if needed, set the evaluation frequency, and save your state. After saving a state policy, it appears in the list. Each state type, such as Geofence, out of contact, script, and your custom states, allows your devices to react immediately to real-world conditions. This ensures faster responses, more reliable automations, and smoother day-to-day operations across your organization. Once your state is configured, you can assign it to the appropriate devices or device groups. Supported devices will download the policy and begin evaluating it locally, allowing them to react immediately to the conditions you've defined. After assignment, the State Policy Details page gives you a complete overview. Here you can review the policy name and description, the type of state, its creation and modification history, the expression you built, the devices or groups it's assigned to, and the permissions associated with it. When possible, devices will report their current state back to the server, and even if a device is offline, on-device evaluation and actions continue without interruption. From the state policies list, you can edit, assign, revoke, delete, or adjust permissions for any policy, as long as you have the necessary access rights. To check results at the device level, open the Devices page and select a device. Under Extended Properties, you'll see which states are currently active and whether each one is evaluating successfully. Below that, you'll find the state history, showing exactly when the device entered or exited each state. This is especially helpful when you're troubleshooting issues or validating compliance across a fleet. State policies can also play a key role in automation. In a compliance policy, you might use your non-corporate network state as a condition. When that state becomes active, the device can automatically be marked as non-compliant, triggering the appropriate compliance actions. In signal policies, you can go even further by combining multiple states. For example, if a device has left the warehouse and is out of contact, you can trigger a specific action, such as running a script, directly on the device, such as wiping the device if it goes missing. Because the evaluation happens locally, the action can execute even if the device isn't connected to the server. State policies give you a powerful, flexible way to ensure each device responds intelligently to real-world conditions, keeping your workflows fast, reliable, and consistent. Thanks for watching. Visit SOTI Pulse to explore the latest features and updates.